Guys, today is Tuesday, April 1st. Oh man, I have 0 April Fools. I've seen a couple of good ones, but I don't have anything myself. Dang it, I could have done that. Could have had something prepared. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Happy April 1st, you guys. It's the first day of spring. Well, okay, in my head it is, not like officially on the calendar, but it is in my calendar. So welcome in. If you've never seen me before, like I am brand new to your face, put a 1 in the comment. If you are like brand new, I'd love to know who's always new. If you follow along or if you've seen me before, put a 2 in the comments. And if you're on the replay, tell me you're on the replay and tell me where you're coming in from. I love finding out where people are coming in from. Yesterday, I had a conversation with somebody from Scotland. I'm like, oh man, I haven't had that many Scotland people in my universe, but I have had a couple. So that was really fun. You guys, the internet is an amazing, amazing thing. So every single day we come here at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and we talk about insulin resistance. It's a very, 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 very dear to my heart conversation because I was raised by a type 2 dad who was insulin dependent. We were Italian. Oh, I guess I still am Italian. He was 100% Italian and he died at 63. And so I spent my life never, ever, 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 ever hearing the terminology insulin resistant. I'll bet most of you haven't either. It's not like it just wasn't common for us to hear that, right? It's kind of maybe become very popular in the last few years. And so now I'm so grateful for that because like today, what I'm going to talk about, how this is the title for today, how non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is ruining your metabolism and how to reverse it naturally. And so because of the pickle that we're in, because we're in a pickle, because of the pickle that we're in, we are hearing about it more often. And so this is why this is actually really beneficial because now I'm not the weirdo talking about a terminology that nobody knows anything about, right? So I actually reversed my own. I turned back my own insulin resistant completely to the point where I totally avoided type 2 diabetes. I'm the only one in my immediate Italian family that did. The only one, including my Swedish mother, who was 100% Swedish, who should have never, ever, ever, ever been type 2. Because that wasn't genetic in her family. But we all know what's going on with that. Good morning, Magda. Good to see you. And I'm the only one. And so to be able to say that, I'm super grateful because you guys, I knew nothing. Nothing. Like just scrubbed my mind. I knew nothing. So what I mean by that is I was the most unlikely person. Like if you opened up a Facebook for your actual school, your yearbook. If you opened up your yearbook, it would have been most unlikely person to ever get healthy and pay attention to her body. That was me. And you have no idea how true that is, but I could tell you stories. I won't do that. But just put it this way, junk food was definitely an exciting part of my life. I'll just tell you that much. So anyway, okay. Cherry, good to see you. I'm so glad that you are here. She put a 2. That means you know who I am. And again, if you don't know who I am, put 1 in the comments. Put 2 if you do know who I am. And either way, we're just going to become really, really good friends because that's what we do here. So anyway, over the course of my life, I ended up needing to really be able to take back my health. I was tanking fast. And I want to give people hope and I want to tell people exactly how I did it so that you can do the exact same thing. Lori, good to see you. Good morning. Number 2. I love it. Marilyn, number 2. Excellent. Very, very good. Come on in from the balcony, TikTok. We'll share for just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to give you some natural, really good solutions on how to deal with your fatty liver. I actually chose this topic before I heard some news this morning and a total stranger to me, but I was tracking her situation. Good morning, Claudette. Stranger to me. Good morning. And it's on TikTok. And I just found out this morning that she passed away. And she, now I'm not going to pretend I know anything about her health history because I do not. I do not. But it sparked my interest when I heard that she had major liver issues. Probably maybe right around 30 years old, maybe 30. And something like that, very young, could even be younger, very young. And you know what? I'm 60 years old. So once you're 60, you've seen a few people go through some really hard times, right? You've seen people have a lot of health issues. I've watched my entire Italian family, lots of obesity, lots of really big bellies. You know what I'm talking about. I always kid around, the men, they would wear their belts underneath their big bellies, their big hard bellies. And then they'd be like, I have a 32-inch waist. And they actually meant it. I mean, it's really stunningly funny now because it's like, you actually like said that as though that was true. I mean, you weren't even joking. How bizarre is that? But that's where that was my environment. My environment was food and really big bellies, right? And I've seen a few health things in my life now at 60. I watched my dad go through, emergency angiograms for his heart and having a pacemaker put in and quadruple bypass surgery and ICUs and kidney dialysis and then him throwing up from kidney dialysis. And so I saw a lot of things like that. But then, of course, too, with just, other people. So when I saw her story, I was like, and so I've been praying for her. And this morning I heard that she died and in ICU. I'm in Minnesota. She's in another state. I've never met her or anything. But it was liver and kidney failure. Okay. And again, I'm not pretending to know her medical history, but I'm just telling you, like, your liver is really, really important. And what I want to talk about today is the connection between the insulin resistance and fatty liver, because we have such a high incidence. So I'm gonna share with you, like, what is this high incidence? Hi, Kim. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you on here. Very good. And like how you would maybe even know, and how, because I mean, this isn't something that we get tested for all the time, right? So when I talk about insulin resistance and then fatty liver and things like this, sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. Okay. But we can become assessors of our own bodies again, like we used to be back in the day when we were adolescent and we were like in tune to our body and we could tell that we were bloating and we could tell that we were going to get our period and we could tell that something was wrong and we paid attention because we didn't have the stress, maybe not everybody, but for the most part, we didn't own a home with all the bills and the property taxes. So we were paying more attention to our bodies. This is just me and my own brain and how I think. Like, you're a teenager, you're worried more about, whether that cute boy thinks you're cute or whether, you're thinking about things that are whatever. So you have more time to pay attention to your body. And somewhere in life, we go on in life. This was me. And I'm like, oh, I'll just get married. I'll just have a baby. And then that baby I was gestational diabetic with that first one. And all of a sudden I'm taking my blood 4 times a day. Oh man, they hurt all the time. They hurt all the time because I kept on poking them. I didn't mean to, but I had that little auto injector thingamajig. Oh, so painful sometimes. But I was taking my blood 4 times a day because I'm gestational diabetic and I'm gaining so much weight. I don't know, has anybody else been gestational diabetic? I gained like 60 pounds. I was like a house. And he was 9 pounds, 13 ounces. So he was big and it was a very traumatic delivery, blah, blah, blah. I've spoken about that a little bit before in terms of like the depression and stuff. But nonetheless, here I am. I have this huge baby and this is all they did. They had me drink a cup of hot cocoa after I delivered him. He's 36 now, just to let you know, give you some reference. They had me drink a cup of hot cocoa, of course, pure sugar, right? Get into my bloodstream quickly. And then they had tested my blood sugar and they said, good to go. You delivered it with him. Are you listening to that? You delivered it with him because you're not pregnant anymore. You delivered your baby. Now you're done with your diabetes. Tracking? No information. I didn't leave the hospital with a sheet of paper about anything. Nobody said you are now 7 times more likely to become type 2 diabetic. I already probably thought that though in my head, just because my dad, right, in the Italian family. But nothing, no instruction, no direction, no steps to take, nothing. Now, in their defense, to be perfectly honest, they would have given me super bad advice anyway. It would have been total trash advice. And so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. And they haven't changed hardly any of their advice in almost 40 years. So maybe now you understand why we are here. This is why we are here, because their formula was towards just medication that managed, maybe, maybe not, sort of, sometimes, kind of, sort of, maybe, sort of, kind of, sometimes. And it was never about reversal. So let's talk about how you can absolutely reverse insulin resistance and the effects such as fatty liver. You guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm just somebody who went through this long journey of asking questions. Like, why was my dad dead at 63 when he had a lazy Susan full of meds? He was not diagnosed with something terminal. It was type 2. Why did he go so south? Why did this happen? Why did he never increase in function? He only ever decreased in function. So by the time that I started to figure it out, I was in my upper 40s. I was really late to the game. This should give everybody hope. And I didn't even trade out my foods until I was in my 50s. So just have hope, sit down, grab a cup of coffee. It's okay. Trust me, I will help you. Least likely. And now I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s because I view everything through the lens of insulin resistance. We do this every day. And I am the only one in my immediate Italian family to have avoided type 2, and I'm not on any meds at 60. So you can change this. And anybody who tells you that you can't, they're not listening to the right people and they're not hearing the right testimonies. If you never had a testimony and it was all only ever theory, perfect. I understand you, right? Like if somebody says, well, I hear people, they go to the moon on a daily basis, but you have no proof that this is happening. Of course, then you have reason to be very skeptical and to say, well, then I shouldn't believe that information. But when we have receipts, I come with receipts, people. I come with receipts. One of my customers in January texted me and said, and this is a good paraphrase of what she said. I was literally about to give up. I was frustrated. I probably have it right here on my phone, but that's okay. I'm really close. I almost gave up. I almost just stopped doing the targeted supplementation altogether. Really frustrated about going to social events and not being able to eat what everybody else is eating, not being, kind of feeling sorry for myself and wondering, is this even helping? But then she went and got updated labs. She got updated labs and her doctor said, you are amazing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And then she told me that how her A1C went from 6 point something, I don't like to get numbers wrong, down to a 5.4. And her doctor said, I am putting not diabetic in your chart. So just have hope to know that you can have those kind of testimonies too. But when we talk about fatty liver, you guys, this is kind of a really big deal. And again, I go back to the fact that I just had that revelation that I woke up to this morning, that somebody that I've been following on TikTok, she's maybe about 30 and her story caught my attention because she was having liver issues. There are other reasons why I believe that her situation wasn't genetic, just so that you know. I'm not just randomly picking somebody with liver issues. There are reasons why this is tied to my content, but it's not my business to talk about her stuff. And when she started to have those liver issues, I was like, wow, here we go, right? And sure enough, she ended up with liver and kidney failure. Okay. But we can do stuff. We can do stuff. So here we go. The shocking truth about fatty liver. Okay. Now, did you know that 1 in 3 adults has non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? 1 in 3. If you have obesity or type 2 diabetes, that number jumps to 3 out of 4. So it goes from 33% just in normal adults, 33% of every one of you. If you have somebody sitting next to you on your right, and if you have somebody sitting next to you on your left, or you are at work right now listening to me in your AirPod, you're not supposed to be doing that, by the way. I know some of you do that. But one of you 3 people have fatty liver disease. Okay. Now, if you are obese or you have type 2, now 75%. 3 out of the 4 of you sitting at the dinner table at Chili's, 3 out of the 4 of you, if you're obese and or type 2, sitting in a waiting room at an urgent care, have fatty liver. This is astonishing. But I'm going to tell you why this matters to you, okay? So here's the kicker. Most doctors don't even check for it. They don't even check for it. They're not telling you that your liver is struggling. And they're definitely not telling you that you can fix it with food and the right supplements. They're not telling you any of that. And this is a really serious conversation, right? So your liver isn't just a filter. It's your metabolism's command center. And when it's clogged with fat, your body, these are the things that your body can't do, okay? It cannot burn fat efficiently. Number 1, it struggles to regulate your blood sugar. Full circle conversation, right? Struggles to regulate your blood sugar because did you know your liver is helping you to regulate your blood sugar? Did you know that? Did you know that? Have you heard that? Like we should be having these conversations all the time with our doctor. Hey, you know what, sweetie? We should probably check your liver because you're wanting to balance your blood sugars. Let's make sure your liver is like at high performance. Has anybody? I don't think so. Bueller? It leaves you feeling sluggish, bloated, and inflamed. Oh, it's so frustrating, you guys. We're constantly trying to figure out why we're always bloated. We can feel the inflammation in our body. We just struggle. And yet we're not going deep enough in our conversations. We're trying to put Band-Aids on things, mainly because we're being marketed to put Band-Aids on things. And nobody's having the real conversation. So come on, jump in, come in from the balcony. Let's have the real conversations so you can get the real results. And then 5 years from now, you'll be so dang happy. You'll be so proud of yourself. It could be a year from now, but I'm just saying, you'll be like, I am so glad that I prioritized myself long enough. And I gave myself permission for that health journey that I took back in 2025. Dang, am I glad. Because now I know that Aunt Susie, she ended up with pancreatic cancer, or Aunt so-and-so ended up with a liver failure. And that's it. You're going to be so happy you did this for you. Okay. And then you get to lose fat too at the same time. That's always the cherry on the top of the sundae, right? So, and if you don't have a gallbladder, listen up. You need your liver to pick up the slack. I just had this conversation with somebody, and actually she was actually from the UK. I mean, I know Scotland is connected, but I've had 2 different conversations, one from Scotland, one from the UK. And we were having this conversation, and I told her, I said, I'm not connected to the UK in order to sell supplements to you, because different government allowances of ingredients make it so that not all blends are the same. You guys have 0 idea how spoiled you are in the United States. You have no idea. You literally have no idea until you talk to people from Australia, India, Scotland, UK, South Africa, Brazil. Like the governments don't allow the same ingredients to actually help your body function. So sometimes we probably feel like, we don't have really good options. We actually have really excellent options. We just don't know it because, we're not talking to people from other countries. But the point being that, she said, I don't have a gallbladder. What do I do? And I'm like, liver, 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 love your liver. And then I gave her a list of ingredients she should go look for. See if you can get these in your country, because then you can actually help your liver, right? So if you do not have a gallbladder, pause for a moment. You're in the right place at the right time. Okay. And you want to make sure that your liver is functioning, because it needs to pick up the slack, or digestion will suffer even more. So many people have gut issues. Oh my gosh, you guys, the gut issues that we have, it's crazy. But this is just reality. We have put so much burden on our liver in a million different ways. And the good news is that having a sluggish liver is not a terminal diagnosis. There are other ones that can come down the road, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about things that you can change, things that you can reverse, things that you can affect, things that you have control over. Okay, so let's do that. More of that. Let's do more of that. More of what you have control over. So here is how it's affecting your life, like in daily scenarios. So let's do this, and let's see if anything matches you. I'm going to quickly see if I have any stuff. Good day, Susan. Good to see you. You guess you're a unique case because your gastroenterologist sends me for an abdominal ultrasound once a year to monitor my stage 1 fatty liver. Oh my gosh, Magda, that is fantastic. Good for you. I love that you tell me these things. So good. Good morning, Sharon. My Canadian girl is in the house. Your liver enzymes are normal. Praise God, Magda. Oh, that's so good. That makes me very happy. And so, Magda, I already know, and I don't know when they became normal for you, but I do know the different pieces of like what I talk about in terms of supplementation. So you are doing an excellent job of helping your liver stay normal, 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 normal. I mean, honestly, like that's very exciting to me. I get very excited about that. So I don't know where you were before you started the protocol that you've been on, but that makes me very happy. Okay. So maybe you're trying to lose weight. Okay. And the scale will not budge. It's common for so many people. I talk to people about this all the time. Scale will not budge. You are eating better. You're cutting sugar. You're moving your body. You're doing the things. You're like, I'm eating clean. I'm eating better than I ever have, yet nothing's changing. That's because your liver is too overwhelmed to burn fat, and it's storing it instead. So your liver is your fat metabolizing organ. Like every girl needs to hear this. Like take a note. My liver is my fat metabolizing organ. If I want to lose fat, I will love my liver more. That's what you should be thinking all the time. I have a girlfriend that made me a t-shirt that is, it literally says, love your liver, because this is the beginning of a lot of things. And don't worry, I'll give you some practical things here in just a minute to help you. Here's another scenario. You wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep. We talk about this one a lot too. Are you waking up and you just like, whew, hit by a bus again? You just are so tired. Your liver works hardest at night to detox your body, but when it's bogged down with fat and inflammation, it can't do its job, leaving you exhausted and groggy. It's why I take my one of the reasons why I take my turmeric at night before I go to bed, like bring down my inflammation. I have a really good one if you need one, by the way. But your liver is working the hardest at night to detox your body. When it's bogged down with fat and inflammation, because we're talking about fatty liver, right? Then it can't do its job. It's leaving you exhausted and groggy. Number 3, every meal leaves you feeling bloated and heavy. Is that you? You're just like, I eat and I just feel like trash. Like I'm just not digesting. If your liver isn't processing fats properly, digestion begins to slow way down. Without a gallbladder, this is even worse. It's like, icky, right? That's why you feel bloated or sluggish after eating, even if it's healthy food. Even if it's healthy food. And then the last one, even one drink, hits you harder than before. Your liver is responsible for processing toxins, okay, including alcohol. If you notice you can't handle drinks the way you used to, your liver is waving a red flag, okay? And alcohol is toxic. Sugar is toxic. Anything with high fructose corn syrup can only be metabolized by the liver. It's one of the absolute worst things that you can put into your body, whether it's through a granola bar or it's a Dr. Pepper. It is literally the worst thing that you could be putting into your body for your liver. Your liver's like, because it can't. Like, it's just, if it's sluggish, you guys, how well do you think it's going to do with that high fructose corn syrup? It's just not. Thank you for the hearts. I so appreciate you. Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you. Hi there. Good to see you. Thank you so much for tapping. Double tapping on TikTok means getting information out. Tell other people, tap, 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 tap. That's what that means. I'm so grateful. But this is the good news. Your liver can actually regenerate if it's not too late. I mean, your fatty liver is 100% reversible until it's not. So until you hear that you have cirrhosis and it's engulfed, listen, God made your body to heal. He made your body to heal. So these are some of the things that you can do, okay? You guys aren't going to be surprised by any of these, but you just have to track with me, because the reason why I do the 5-day insulin resistant reset challenge every month, and this is our 23rd one, it's starting next Monday. It's in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, and I go live every day. It'll be, this next one is at noon Central Standard Time every day. So I put that information up here for you guys. I didn't put the name of the group, though. I should have put the name of the group. Next Monday, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Okay, it's free. You don't even have to sign up. I'll go live every day, and then the replays will be there for you for a month, because that's what Facebook's doing. Anyway, but I do it every single month, because if I can teach you a little bit about insulin resistance, and I can teach you about ingredient trade-outs and show you how my pantry and my fridge look, and then teach you how to like pull back that arrow with supplementation, like targeted supplementation, just boom, and you hit that bullseye with targeted supplementation, and wrap up with a recipe. Like, I've given you then every nugget, in my opinion. I mean, I'm trying anyway to give you every nugget you need until the next challenge. So it's literally a track for you to run on. Many of you've done 10, 11, 12, 14 challenges in a row, because what you're doing is you've given yourself permission for a journey. You've given yourself permission to be like, I'm going to chunk this out 1 month at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 month at a time. And over time, you've allowed targeted supplementation and ingredient trade-outs to change what's happening in your body. And now the results are showing up. Lost weight, lost medicines, like, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile, like, go away. I don't need all of these meds anymore. And you're working with your doctor to get off of these meds. Trying to think of what else. Lost inflammation, lost fatigue, so much fatigue going on. So that's why we do this, because number one, this is how you can regenerate your liver and get better. Ingredient trade-outs is going to be number one here. Removing the toxic foods that are keeping you stuck. Okay. You have to be able to like stop the flood of really bad. If you can understand the connection, if you can have even just a moment in time where your brain opens up like an umbrella. Your mind only works when it's open, just like an umbrella. If your umbrella is closed and it's pouring rain, it's not helping you. If your mind is closed and you're trying to like pay attention to somebody's closed mind and you're not willing to learn something new, or you just feel like everything is so hard, then it doesn't work for you. It'll work for somebody else though, who has an open mind. So this is the way that I view everything in a nutshell. If you consider the fact that insulin resistance is the one tree stump that you have to pay attention to, everything else comes from the branches of insulin resistance. This is why it's such an imperative conversation. You cannot have just a little bit, of a conversation. You have to have this large, expansive one because insulin resistance is leading to basically every ailment that you could possibly have. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to diagnose anybody, but I will tell you that you could look up a connection to PCOS and type 2 diabetes and pancreatic cancer and gout and high blood pressure and stroke and heart disease and fatty liver. And I mean, it goes on and it goes on and it goes. It's like, holy shnikey ola. Why are we not all talking about insulin resistance right now? Why are we not doing that? So everything that I recommend for you guys and everything that I walk you through happens to have something to do with insulin resistance. So if your insulin is high in your body all the time, it's because over time you kept spiking your sugars. And normally that's fine. Your body was made like a Porsche. It's made to run really well. It's super efficient. God is like, he doesn't create junk, all that good stuff, right? So your insulin is grabbing the glucose and bringing it into your cell. Oh, happy day. You have energy and your body is just moving forward, doing what it's supposed to do. But over time, when you just keep doing that over and over and over again, and your body keeps on releasing, your pancreas keeps releasing insulin, more. I just must make more because it's not getting it into the cell because the cell is closed. I have to make more. It just means you have a lot more, you now have a lot more inflammation in your body and things are going to start to break down. Your fat's going to get stored in your liver, in your everywhere. This is why you end up with belly fat. This is why your hips are a little out of control, maybe. Like that's been my biggest thing. My biggest issue has always been my hips. Like that's where I gain my weight, my belly and my hips. And it's just it's that visceral fat. It's the visceral fat from like your trunk underneath your chest all the way down to like the top of your hip sockets. That's that trunk fat that's super dangerous and it's emitting inflammation and it's emitting hormones and it's keeping you stuck. So number one, change your food. Now, I know that seems super mountainous and hard. Like I'm Italian. Look at me. I'm Italian. I know. It's why I didn't start doing it until I was 50 years old. Actually, about 3 months shy of my 51st birthday, I started to really pay attention to my food because I thought there was no way. How in the world was I ever going to live without pasta or bread or sweet treats? Or I'm like such a sugar addict, I can't see straight. Like, how am I ever going to do that? But I'm telling you, you can begin to make little changes. And I teach them in the group in Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. I teach it in the group so that you can just start one nugget at a time. Oh, that's what her pantry looks like. Oh, I didn't know I could go buy that at that store. Okay, I'll try that one recipe or whatever it is, right? I'm just telling you, these are things that are super helpful. The next thing, because you have to stop what got you in the pickle to begin with. The next thing is, think about how you can trade out, like when I do talk about food, hold on, I want to see if I'm missing something over there. Oh, they've never been elevated. That's wonderful, Magda. Good to know. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. When I talk about food, don't forget to think about the drinks that you're drinking too, okay? Like if you're drinking soda, come on, people. I was raised on Tab. I was raised on everything that was diet because my dad was diabetic. So we never had sugar soda in our house. But my mother drank a lot of Diet Coke in her lifetime. And I'm sure it was one of many factors. Type 3 diabetes is insulin resistance of the brain. So we could talk about that at another time. We have talked about that on a live before. We've been doing these lives Monday through Friday for over a year now. So just to let you know, you can go to my YouTube, by the way, that's where they're all posted. If you want more content because they're getting scrubbed off of Facebook. So we've talked about that. But one of the things that was really not very healthy for her was drinking the amount of Diet Coke that she was drinking every day. I mean, she had a lot. And it took us a while to, once she had dementia, for her to forget that it existed so that we could stop buying it for her. because we worked really hard to just like, we have to stop the train. But when it comes to sugar soda, if you are a sugar soda person, if you're addicted to Mountain Dew, Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and you don't even have to be addicted, but if this is your drink of choice, it's a very simple fix to like shift, not in your brain, but in actuality, but it has high benefit, like give it more weight than you even know to give it, because your liver has a really hard time with all of that corn syrup. Okay, has a hard time. Now, one of the things that I did hear Dr. Ken Berry say one time, he said that if you're trying to get off of sugar soda, just start like watering it down with like plain carbonated water. Like go get yourself some LaCroix or some, is it Perrier? That would be carbonated too, right? Pellegrino, that's what I mean. Like if you grab some Pellegrino or whatever, LaCroix, it doesn't matter. And you just start like reducing the amount and getting just a little bit less, so that you're just getting a flavor and then an essence, and then you can be done. I thought that was really good advice. And I'm sure that would actually help people. But you actually can 100% target your supplementation to help your liver. And I'm going to give you, I could give you more, but I'm only going to give you 2 today. Okay. And I want to give you 2 that are going to make the biggest bang for your liver. And I just don't think people are talking about these. And so here we go. Okay, I want to make sure. Good. Okay. So the first one is, we all know about using a greens drink, and we all know about how greens are so important for our liver. So what happens is your liver is actually what's creating the bile, and it's putting it into your gallbladder so that you can digest your food. Many people have had their gallbladder taken out now, which is sad, but it's true, right? And it really then takes our digestion ability to another level of challenge at times. So now you really need to take care of your liver. So if you know somebody who's had their gallbladder removed, they have issues with leaky gut, any kind of digestive issues, short gut syndrome, anything like that, share this information with them, because this would probably really help them. So like I said, we know about greens, etc. But if you have never used a gut primer, let me tell you what the difference is so that you have this knowledge, okay? So a gut primer is something that has multiple products inside of one container, and it's doing multiple things at one time. It's kind of like detailing your liver on a whole new level, okay? So I'm going to talk about detailing for just a second, and then I'm going to talk to you about targeting the visceral fat, the fatty liver, okay? And then those you can get tested for. But this is where we go back to the whole trunk of the tree. The trunk of the tree is called insulin resistance, and it's creating leaky gut. It is literally the impetus, one of the impeti. I just make stuff up. Do you see how I do that? It is an impetus to leaky gut. And so that means that you're not absorbing your nutrients. Okay. But then you're also having, like, if you have a bogged down liver, now you're having digestive issues on top of it. So these are 2 separate things, right? But now you have digestive issues. Maybe your body's not producing enough enzymes like it normally does, and you're having that hard time just because of age all by itself. But now, like, your liver is sluggish and it's exhausted and it wants to take a nap all the time. So now you're really not digesting, and you're kind of always in the state of bloat and inflammation. And even if you eat healthy, you feel like trash. You go to bed, you wake up with bags under your eyes because your lymph system isn't doing what it needs to do. Now you've got like bags under your eyes, and maybe they're dark. And you're like, oh my gosh, what in the world? Well, it's your lymphatic system. It's like having old oil in your vehicle, right? It's not working. So instead of a greens product, I would like to talk to you instead about using a primer. And I'll show you the one that I have been using, and a lot of you have also. In fact, we just opened up a new one, my husband and I did. It looks like a greens product, but instead, in fact, I can smell the turmeric and the ginger in it. Instead, it has these 6 products. Digestive enzymes, which is what you're looking for. Alkaline spices. You know that you probably heard that your body needs to have an alkaline environment to function at a high level. Fermented greens. So that means really easy for your body to break down. Just whoosh, it just breaks it down so easily. Prebiotic, postbiotic, fiber from the extracts of fruits and vegetables, and it's all coming off of organic farms. Okay. So what this means then is I've had somebody with short gut syndrome reach out to me and say, I was afraid to try it. Now I'm like shocked at how well this is working. Spent her lifetime with issues of constipation and digestion inability, a lifetime, like years. And this is what has triggered her body to finally work. And I always mention, listen, if you're going to do the gut primer, do the whole gut reset protocol. Okay. Do the whole thing. Add the probiotic to it. This is live cultures. Add the probiotic, put them on your tongue. And this is like, it tastes like a cereal bag, the bottom of cereal. Just put it on your tongue every morning. I've already done both of these this morning because I'm not crazy. But for anybody who you have the bloating and the inflammation and the indigestion, and you're just done living this delicate life. Oh my gosh. Like if I eat at the salad bar and then I have to get on the road, I don't know how that's going to make me feel. And I really need to be able to like not feel that way when I go to somebody's house, or I'm going to go to that wedding. And if I have that cup of coffee, or if I have that certain vegetable dish, you need to stop what has been really ailing and causing so much inflammation in your inflammation and leaky gut. You have to like back out of it, and your gut goes from your mouth down out the other end. Your gut is an entire system. It's much bigger than we think it is. So that's the gut reset protocol. That's literally number 1. And if you ask me for the gut reset, like you want you want a cart with just these 2 in it, I'll send it to you, and you'll see on the website, liver health. It says liver health. This is the best thing you could do for your liver. Like, it's so important. Get your liver functioning. Makes me so happy to hear people get such good results with their liver health. Number 2, if you have never, ever, ever heard of or done anything to actually attack your visceral fat, maybe you know you have it, maybe you suspect you have it. Listen, the signs could just be that you have a really big belly. Let's go back to the beginning of this conversation. 1 out of 3 people in the United States have fatty liver. 1 out of 3. It's in our children. It's in our kids. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. If you are obese or you have type 2 diabetes, 75% have fatty liver, 3 out of 4. So you don't even have to be like, oh, I better schedule an appointment and have a test done. Well, if you're obese or type 2, the chances are really high. I did not run and get every test under the sun because I didn't want to know the truth. But every symptom was there of everything. Insulin resistance. I mean, honestly, I was the poster child. Every symptom. I was so freaking exhausted. I would eat and then I would nap in like about an hour. My sleep was all messed up. My belly was just getting bigger all the time. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, all of these symptoms, you know, the sugar is going up and down. And I mean, I wasn't confused, put it that way, but I didn't go get a bunch of tests. Now you can, if you want to, you can for sure. Like for real. I absolutely adore you guys that are giving me results to your scans, your visceral fat scans. And you're telling me how. Now we're going to move into the targeting the visceral fat and getting rid of it. That has to do with the orange pixie stick that I talk about all the time. You guys, I just don't know how to say it's kind of hard to like be serious about something that tastes like candy. I mean, I know that people must think that I'm like just trying to be all like, oh, it's a magical potion and jazz hands and like whatever. No, this has nothing to do with marketing. This has actually been created as a sports nutrition product. This was not created to be like Facebook ad. Do you have fatty liver? We will help you. I mean, it doesn't even say that. That's not what it is. It just happens to be a clinical dose of an extract that very specifically can help visceral fat. So when it's in the sports nutrition arena, it talks about how it's working on your BMI, most especially in your waist and your hips, your waist and your hips, your waist and your hips. Well, the results from you guys have been like party on, dude. Oh my gosh. Inches and inches and inches, like over 90 days. Do this for 90 days and take 30 days off. The inches that are gone, amazing. But do you want to know why it's so special? Because it's the scans that you guys are sending me. Oh my gosh. My visceral fat went from here to here in 30 days. My visceral fat went from here to here in 90 days because you guys are getting scans done. Do you have any idea what you're doing for the future of your body? Do you have any idea? I know you're excited to lose fat. I get it. Me too. I raised my hand. I've lost 3 sizes in my 50s. Boy, does that feel good. Whew. Boy, does that feel good. I was a 2X hot mess express, cruising into my 50s, like at about 100 miles an hour. Just, I don't want to change anything. And then there are always things. There's always something that'll trigger you, like maybe a little bit of extra back fat or, fat inside of I always talk about the inside of your knees. Oh, that bugged me so much. Hated that. There are things like that that really bugged me, like with just like vanity metrics, right? But when I realized that I could turn things back and then I understood the whole fatty liver conversation, that changed everything for me, because I'm like, what do you mean we have it in our children? This really ticked me off. The first time I heard this, it came from Maria Emmerich, Emmerich. She has this really amazing cookbook called Sugar-Free Kids. And I am telling you, when I started reading about the fatty liver in our kids, it used to only be in alcoholics 50 years ago because of the sugar in the alcohol and the toxins of the alcohol. Like, it's poison, and your liver is a detoxing organ. So my point being that what is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease doing in our children in 2025? What's going on? Every snack is a carb. Every prepackaged anything is a carb. Juice boxes freaking galore. Fruit roll-ups freaking galore. Like supersize everything. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised, but here we are, right? I'm making your day funny and productive, Laurette. Well, here we go. I'm so glad that I could make your day funny and productive. That's what I'm here for. So anyway, my point being that you guys showing me your visceral fat scans, like, this is making my heart so happy, and it makes me talk louder and more about it, because, oh my gosh, if you guys could like wrap your brain, right? So if you want to do liver, if that's what you want to focus on and you want to target your liver, I'm going to tell you to just put, I'm thinking about it in the moment. Just put liver in the comments below. Just put liver. I will send you a cart with the gut primer, the probiotic, and the orange pixie stick. Just do these 3. Everything has a 6-month guarantee. Do it for 3 months. Only do half of the guarantee. Be consistent, but only do half of the guarantee. Measure yourself and learn how to assess yourself. April, May, June. So whatever wedding you've got coming up, family reunion for the 4th of July, any little summer trip that you're taking to the cabin or wherever in the middle of July, August, whatever it is, or somebody who has a thought process of, listen, I'm going to freaking figure this out before Christmas comes again, because that was a train wreck. I told somebody yesterday, and if you are on Instagram or TikTok, I apologize. You're going to have to get into my, thank you, Cherry. I'll have to take a picture, Cherry, because the truth is that on Instagram, when my live is done, it'll go away. So thank you though for saying that. I will get that to you. Hey, Lynn, good to see you. Hey, Carol, good to see you. And Kim, I see everybody. I was just talking to somebody about how y'all are too hard on yourselves. You're too hard on yourselves. And this is why. Because you don't figure out, okay, this is somebody who, I don't know if I won't say her name, but because, you wouldn't know, but I'm just protective over people. Lost a spouse. Really, really, really excited. Really, really having a hard time walking the journey. And so sometimes when we, and it can be for a long time, right? It can have happened a while ago, but we have self-sabotaging behaviors, etc. But this is the deal. Things don't get easier immediately, no matter what it is that we're talking about. It takes time, but you're not giving yourself credit for the 1% better that you did get over last Christmas. And the reason why I talk about this is because I remember recognizing it in myself, and I was a little surprised. I did not fix the way that I eat at Christmas in 1 year. I wasn't like, that's it. I'm going to be this granola person. I'm going to eat really well. I'm going to make all these. No, it was like, okay, let's go 90-10. Next year, let's go 80-20. Next year, let's go 70-30. Do you understand? Because when the social event comes around, what's happening then is maybe you have triggers. Maybe you have food pushers. Maybe you have just really strong emotional connections. Maybe something just makes you feel all yummy and comfortable. Let's see. Whatever it is, you've got all these things. So it's a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. Will you give yourself credit for the little bit? And so some of you did better last year during Christmas season than you did the year before. And now this year coming up in 2025, you want to do even a little bit better. Make another ingredient trade out. Try something else that you're going to have for your main. I always talk about with you guys at Christmas time, your main recipe that you're going to make all Christmas and take it to all Christmas season long for like that 6-8 weeks or whatever. And you're just going to bring it everywhere you go. It's just a hack. It's a success hack. But my point being that if you want to start now to be different, coming even in the fall or coming 4th of July, whatever it is for you, that's where I can come in and help you. I promise you. I just get so excited. And again, just put liver in the comments. I'll send you a cart with 3 products. It'll be the gut primer, the probiotic, which is alive, has 5 strains in it, and the Pixie Stick, which targets your BMI. It's targeting your waist and your hips. I sent out measuring tapes at one point because you guys have got to measure yourselves. You have to measure. It's so important because you're going to be like, what? And do 90-day rounds with it. Do 90-day rounds. Go 90 days. Once a day. It tastes like orange candy on your tongue. Once a day, once a day, once a day. After 90 days, take 30 days off because it's a thermogenic. Okay? It's a thermogenic. And don't let your body get used to it. And then do another 90-day round. And do this. And you can either have scans done or just measuring yourself and enjoy how your clothes fit. If that's what you're looking for, it depends on the person. But we're talking specifically today about visceral fat and that fatty liver component. Okay. And by the way, if it's in your liver, it's probably around your intestines, your stomach, and your pancreas too. It didn't choose just your liver. I'm just telling you, like, we have to be realistic about what's going on. So when it says that it's targeting your waist and your hips, basically, most of you have been giving me your measurements under your bra, your waist, and your hips. Inches. Like after 90 days, some of y'all like 3.5 inches. Okay. It's a lot, but it's from the inside out, Okay, I hope that makes sense. And if you are on TikTok or Instagram, get into my inbox, wherever you can find to get a hold of me, which it's everywhere. You can go to my profile on TikTok. You can go to my site. It's my name.com, kirstenliebelt.com. And when you go there, you're going to see, it'll say, text me here. You can text me, hey, I was on your live. You're talking about this liver cart with 3 products. Can I see that? Yes. Okay. That's what you have to do, is just get a hold of me, because then I can send it to you. Otherwise, it'll go away. On Facebook and YouTube, you're good to go. It'll stay there for me. I'd be more than happy to help anybody. I was going to pull up my website just to show you what it looks like. KirstenLiebelt.com. It's funny to me how I can misspell my own name. And when you do pull it up, you'll see my face. Okay, it'll look like this. Here's my face. And right here, it says text me here. But at least you can see my name and everything. And there are some testimonies on the Read Trio testimonies. If you go to the Google sheet that's there, just to let you know, it's a Google sheet. If you go all the way down, to the bottom, you're going to see some of the little fire burning emojis. These little red dots, they're fire burning emojis. And those will have testimonies of the fat burner that I'm talking to you about with the orange pixie stick. Okay, so we're really starting to get a lot of those testimonies coming in. Very helpful. I had it tested by a customer. Thank you, Magda. Does not raise your blood sugars. That was very important to me because it tastes like candy. I thought there's no freaking way that this is not spiking blood sugars. I cannot tell this to my people. Cannot recommend a product like that. All right, I'll be back at 11 a.m. Central tomorrow, you guys. I'll get off and I'll create a cart for you guys and send that off. And the challenge in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women is next week. It'll be at noon Central Standard Time. That's a new time, so pay attention to that. This 11 a.m. next week on Monday and Tuesday, I will not be here. I'll do the group because that's a one device situation, but I can't do this everywhere because I'll be in Vegas just for a few days. And so I'll do the challenge though for you guys. So that's where I'll be. I'm just reporting the news here. So have a really, really great day. Good evening. I wonder where you're from. Very good. I know. I'm talking to people from all over the world. It's so fun. Thank you, Leslie, for the follow. I really appreciate you. All right. I'm going to jump off and keep on doing my work, with you all. And if you have questions, always reach out and ask me. I'm more than happy to answer you and to help you out. So